I don't want to do it the hard way. The second thing is, I'm going to make the tech priest joke that I made you privately. And,
Which one?
So, the Adeptus Mechanicus are based... Actually, let me wait until somebody actually is, like, in stream watching before I make that joke.
Love me! Love me!
I want someone to laugh.
Let's see, that's 2 twin-linked las cannons, a twin-linked heavy bolter, and a smoke launcher. So this is your ordinary Phobos.
Yep, this is a standard Land Raider.
Yep, standard Land Raider Phobos.
Subdivision of the schematic of vehicle schematic has been sent to your optic systems.
So what I often use soap for is like an initial going over.
That's fair.
It's such a wide area and such an effective clean.
Yeah, boy.
I was looking at buying new paints today. I just haven't purchased them yet.
Maybe buy Ultramar Blue.
No, but I am getting a blue. I'm getting the loveliest blue from Stuart Semple.
Oh, hey King, is your dirt description on? Because there's some funny stuff.
How do I do that?
Options. It's going to be in general, I think. Yeah, general. Scroll down to checkbox. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to check crosshair details as well. Redacted residue. Okay.
It's either Coas or Tyranids.
I'm pretty sure Tyranids.
Well, it's green and purple. Tyranids only have purple blood.
Tyranids adopt the biomass of whatever they consume.
What, so you're saying these are Tyranids that ate orcs?
Yes.
Okay, that ping is taking forever.
Because orcs wouldn't be redacted.
Tyranids really wouldn't be either. It's only really Coas that gets redacted.
What is Coas?
If I had a censor soundboard button, I would play it when I said chaos.
Oh.
It's a joke.
Okay.
It's from if the Emperor had a TTS.
Guidance. Complete your work, Tech Priest. Oh, okay! Engine Seer.
Oh, hey, did you see the scaffolding?
Yeah, I did. It's very good.
Also, listen to how chunky it is when you put it down.
That's very good. I think I've seen this model available for sale in the shop. I'm not talking about the tank. I'm talking about the... I'm pretty sure I've seen that scaffolding as actual terrain available for purchase.
There it is. So we don't have to be hopping around.
All right,
Hello, Klee. So, King, you said you had a joke that you wanted to say when there are actual chatters here.
Yeah, I'll share it now. So, you know how... Oh, great. No, I need to wait for somebody who isn't as young as Klee, because she's not going to get this joke.
What about Dr. Cooter?
Is Cooter in chat?
Yeah.
Hey, Cooter! Okay, you'll get this joke.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone?
So... Remember back in the day when you had a Nintendo 64, and in order to get it to play, you'd pull out the cartridge and you'd blow in it, and you'd shake it, and you'd tap it gently, and you'd plead with it, and you'd beg it, and you'd plug it back in and it still wouldn't work, and then you'd do that 2 or 3 times, and finally the game would come on and you'd think it. Yeah, that's basically what Anna and I are playing as right now. We're basically a religion founded on those principles.
We are actually the lowest of that religion, the Skitari. Well, not necessarily the lowest. We're
the lowest with
probably
a functioning brain.
Yeah, we're the lowest with the function. No, there's still one below us, initiates.
Okay.
Also, Skitari having a functioning brain is a little dubious. There's some sources that say that their minds are largely controlled by the Magoses they work under. So, if anyone is curious as to what we're cleaning, this is called a Land Raider. It is a tracked vehicle.
Cooter, I understand you yourself might not have had an N64, but you're old enough to know what one is. Whereas
I'm 20 and I had an N64.
Whereas the next person below you in chat is 19, and I was not going to get that reference. 19 and didn't get into gaming much until we started introducing her, like, last year, by the way.
Anyway, as I was saying, this vehicle is called a Land Raider. It is a large tracked Astartes vehicle. It can fit probably a squad of Astartes inside. Astartes is the technical term for Space Marines. It is not called a Land Raider because it raids across the land.
It is called a Raider because it raids. I want you to guess in chat why it's called land before Anna tells you.
Udo, you have 10 seconds on the clock. I'm kidding.
No.
Making some pretty good progress.
Yeah. I haven't really seen anything ding yet, but...
Well, there has been some stuff dinging. Namely these insignias on the side of the vehicle.
Okay.
So, Cooter, any ideas as to why this thing's called a Land Raider?
Why?
You know, I'm not surprised by this, but most of the images of the Land Raider are from the front. And yes, I'm looking at a Salamander's Land Raider, and it does have a tow hitch on the back.
It does have a tow hitch on the back? Please send me the image of the tow hitch on the back in DMs so I can provide that to my editor.
It is sent.
Thank you. Very kind.
It's tiny, but you can barely see it.
Okay. I want you to come see these guns in the front, because I did a cool thing with mine.
You're talking about the heavy bolters?
Yeah. So on mine, I took a Magma Droth from AOS, the Fire Slayers line, and I mounted the skull over top of these twin bolters.
On your Salamander's Land Raider?
Yes.
You and your Salamanders, man.
Dude, I put effort into that army. A lot of them would come loose from their bases and stuff in the move. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to restart on a lot of it at some point, but...
I know, I'm just saying, you and your Salamanders.
I love the faction.
The only scaly Space Marine faction.
Yeah.
Whereas the Space Wolves are the furries.
Yes. Data recording pilot Land Raider pilot name withheld. Can I play that? Is that a thing for me to play?
No, it's not a recording. They're just sending you textual recordings.
Okay. On our way to reinforce fleets. Let me read it. On our way to reinforce Fleet Secundus, we were diverted to a stress signal from a planet. Withheld strategic assessment. A Estimare B785. Imperial foes stationed there claimed they had to detect the presence of a restricted artifact H-class before encountering the redacted heretical.
Okay, King, come here. On the tracks. There's the Aquilas emblazoned on them, and that's actually on the model, too.
Yeah, I know that one's on the model. It was usually spiritual in cunt from the darkfortress.co.uk. Lionel Johnson and his poem, The Dark Angel. Was this late Victorian English poet the first Dark Angel? Let's have a look. And basically, it's public domain. Let's read the. Wait, we actually Hold on. Remind me.
I think there's a public domain registry.
In this DLC, we actually clean a Dark Angel vehicle, right?
We clean a Dark Angel's Death Watch vehicle, yes.
Then let's save the conversation on Lionel till that level, because that seems...
Instead, shall we continue our conversation on Rowboat Girly Man?
Yeah, so let us talk about Rubite Gilliman, aka the person who's probably committing one of the greatest heresies in the Imperium, because he's shacking up with an Eldar.
I believe that is actually in line with the Emperor's vision. He didn't say destroy all aliens, he said humans should be dominant over aliens.
Ah, okay, well...
We can have a discussion if he's a bottom or not, but he's actively doing what the Emperor said.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he's a bottom, he's not doing what the Emperor said.
Also, mechanically speaking, with how big he is and how small your brain is comparatively, I think he'd have to be a bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yvonne's only 7 feet tall.
And she's a much lither build.
Whereas Gilliman is built like a brick ship.
As is every Marine, and especially every Primarch. Nimbus, how you doing?
Hi, we are discussing whether Gilliman is a top or bottom. We have come to the conclusion that he is a bottom, because he has to be.
Data recording. Pilot, arriving on withheld strategic estimate 8785, we found ourselves overrun by redacted heretical. Okay, so we do know that it's heretics then, because technically...
I was right.
Because technically, the existence of Tyranids are not heretical. They might have information about them redacted, but they aren't heretical. However, we are close enough to detect the presence of the restricted artifact H-class. Fortunately, those before us were wise enough to encase it within a restricted technology X402.
Mm-hmm.
Killing yourself on thesis work these past few months? Masters or doctorate, and what's the field? I was 14.
Hi everyone, I am transgender. I have been transgender since late middle school. Does that answer your question? Love you.
No salamanders were harmed because we wiped them out and... Oh, wait! Hey! We survived! Took us 10 millennia to rebuild, but we survived!
Hi, Space. I'm with you on that. I am a chaos child. Slanesh be with you.
You heretic.
Slanesh be with you.
Hey! I am not a Golden Corpse fanboy. I'm a loyal son of Vulcan. Those two things are actually different.
Still, Slanesh be with you.
Okay, I can respect the Noisy Boys.
And do you know what the Noisy Boys are part of? Slanesh!
Yes, I'm aware. Anyway, let me get back to the... let me go back to the thing I was addressing. So, I was once watching a stream about where a trans woman was talking about Cyberpunk 2077. And she was saying that transhumanism, and particularly cyberpunk, is inherently transphobic. And I was
Done!
I'm gonna disagree. Like, I'm not saying that CD Projekt Red handled trans issues particularly well in their video game, but that's not the conversation we're having here.
They did Claire, and the only mention of her being trans is one line. It's never actually brought up, because it's just...
something that exists in that universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can understand if people wanted more exploration of that, for crying out loud. I think that if you're going to have, like, an entire genital slider and everything, and you're going to... But ultimately, in that case, Claire is not a main romantic interest. She has one fairly small side quest that not a lot of people do, because racing in that game kind of sucks. Yeah, so, what I wanted to get...
Kind of sucked. Let me rephrase. It's great now. It sucked then.
Okay. What I want to get at was, I can understand people being disappointed with them not exploring it further, and, you know, when you put a very clearly at least gender non-conforming individual on a billboard in one of your early trailers, I'd like to see some more exploration of that. But to argue the genre as a whole is transphobic seems really strange to me, when transhumanism literally provides the opportunity for a lot of people to present the way they want to present. Like, and I understand the argument that that you know, you don't need to transition to be trans, and I totally agree with that. I'm not going to be some true scum trans medicalist here, right? But
you're not going to be a Lily Orchard, no.
But or a what's
you
her
should
face?
any knowledge that is a heavy name to drop.
What's her face? The one that's always on
Blair?
Fox News and stuff. Yeah,
Blair White.
I'm not gonna Blair White this, but like, it just seems to me that while it shouldn't be required for you to transition physically undergo SRS to be taken legitimately as a trans woman, right? Or a trans man, or non-binary individual, whatever it might be. It seems that a setting that makes it easier to do that for those that want to would be inherently, like, at least at some level, pro-trans.
SpacePirateK actually. The fact was in that the Cyberpunk 2077 universe, gender identity doesn't mean anything in that society. It's just part of daily life, and people keep trying to project modern views onto a fictional setting. I agree.
Yeah.
Like, there are some works that we can project our modern views onto, like, for example, anything Ayn Rand wrote.
And I think that, like, you need to evaluate fiction within the reality we live in, right? But, like,
yes, but there's a thing called suspension of disbelief that needs to be done more.
Yeah.
There's all this talk about realism being the end-all and be-all of any fictional setting, but realism isn't not inherently fun. It just makes things depressing.
It's like when I look at video games that decide to throw, and this is clearly not nearly at the same level of import, right? But it's like when I look at video games that decide to put in, like, a food meter and a sleep system into something that should just be, like, a kind of fun RPG, right? Like,
and call it survival.
Like, no, this game was better without that. Like, if you want to make a survival game, that's great. But don't just add survival elements to your RPG tacked on, because they're not fun.
Well, so, okay, you haven't read End of the Death yet. Or how much do you know about End of the Death right now?
I know a little bit. I know that it was the actual, like, end of the Siege of Terra, and...
Okay, so do you know about the Dark King
my
and...
Black Library leather-bound edition of Volume 3.
Do you know about the Dark King and the Emperor and the Apotheosis?
What? How did I run into the two people more knowledgeable about me before today?
Dude,
okay.
No, hang on.
Buckle up,
You're
kiddo.
on
You're going to
Twitch.
school today.
You're on Twitch in my Discord with the stream going tagged Warhammer and 40k. This was going to happen. If not these two, it would have been another 12. Like,
Okay.
I mean,
this
if
is
you want,
this
I
is
can
really
summon
big
the hive
fucking
mind
news.
right
please
now.
don't. I'm good with just the two of you.
Please do, actually. I'm
okay.
curious.
So, we've already heard the term apotheosis before. That was when Gilliman first spoke to his father after being revived. And that was one of the words as he was getting the mental sandblasting from being in the presence of the Golden Throne. The word apotheosis kept on ringing in his head in the millions of voices that was the Emperor. And we didn't know what it was. Now we do. And what it is there's a prophecy of the Dark King. The Dark King is to be the fifth Chaos God.
The god of ruin and tyranny.
Yes.
So, Malal.
No.
No, this guy makes Malal look like that angry guy who got pissed off you put pickles on his cheeseburger.
And
I would like to
the Dark King was prophesied to be...
Did it!
Did it! Complete the Land Raider job.
Nice.
Everybody be quiet while the time lapse plays.